Good morning, children. Myself name P.S. Tiwari from LP Savani Vidya Bhavan. We will continue with the subject OC, Organization of Commerce. Let's start. Yes, children. So let's start with the content. Business Service 1. In today's lecture, we will discuss the type of insurance, privatization of insurance, and Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. That means IRDA. Fine. So today we will discuss all these 3 points: types of insurance, privatization of insurance, and Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. Fine. So let's start. Yes, children, here are the types of insurance. Types of insurance are having 2, that means life insurance and general insurance. Life insurance and general insurance, you can see the diagram here. Under type of insurance there are 2 bifurcation, that is life insurance and general insurance. Under life insurance there are 2 types: whole life insurance and endowment insurance. Whole life insurance and endowment insurance. And in general insurance, goods transportation insurance, fire insurance, and other general insurance. Good transportation insurance, fire insurance, and other general insurance. These are comes under the category of general insurance. Good insurance are even having a types, that is by which way you are transporting your goods. Marine, that means waterway. Air insurance, airway. Rail and road insurance, that means roadway. Then fire insurance you all know, and other general insurance, that is health insurance, accident insurance, insurance against natural calamities, vehicle insurance, and many more are there. We will discuss the content. Fine. So I hope so you are looking after this diagram, which is type of insurance, and this is also reflected in your textbook. You can see that. Even again repeating, types of insurance: 2, life insurance, general insurance. Life insurance are having 2 type: whole life insurance, endowment. General insurance are having 3 type: goods transportation, fire insurance, other general insurance. Good transportation, that means airway, roadway, waterway, marine, air, and road railway. Other general insurance, that is health, accident insurance against natural calamity, vehicle insurance, etc. And fire, you all aware about the same. Fine. So let's see all this answer in detail. All the category we will discuss in detail. So children, here is the first one, that is whole life insurance. Whole life insurance: when a person who is insured dies, the insurance company undertakes to pay a pre-decided sum as a compensation to legal hire of the deceased according to the contract or an agreement. It is known as whole life insurance. That means a person who is insuring about their health. Fine. In the case if he or she dies, the whole compensation amount, which is pre-decided, will, who is the nominee, legal hire, who is the nominee, the legal hire will get the amount, and according to the contract, this agreement is called whole life insurance. Then the insurer has to pay periodic premium, which is to be paid throughout his life. Fine. The insurer has to pay whatever suppose I am the insurer person, I am insuring for my life. So here an insurer has to pay a periodic premium, that means monthly, yearly, I have to pay some premium which is pre-decided. Fine. And throughout my life I have to pay the same. Throughout my life I have to pay the same. Third point: if the death is not unnatural. See children, here the statement is just circulating the situation, but the thing is that is not unnatural, that means natural. Not unnatural, that means natural. If a death is natural, the insurance company has to give the full amount as per the contract to the hire of the deceased. Deceased, that means died. That means the person who died, he will the insurance company will pay the amount to the higher one, the nominee one, the whole amount. Fine. But the death should be natural. The death should be natural. Then in this case, the principle of indemnity cannot be applied at the time of death of an insured. That means the principle of indemnity we have discussed in last lecture. We have discussed 4 principles of insurance. So the principle of indemnity is not applied in whole life insurance. Principle of indemnity, we have discussed 3 cases, A1, A, B, C. Fine. That will be not applicable in the whole life insurance. Fine. Now let's see the other one. Yes, children, the second one is endowment. Endowment insurance means when the insurance company promises to pay the policy amount to the insuree at the end of the policy to him or to the legal heir in the event of his death. It is known as endowment insurance. For example, I am the person who is taking the endowment insurance of my health. Here, the insurance company has promised me to pay the amount at the end of the maturity period. It will be, you can take the 15-year, 20-year, like that kind of duration you will take in this policy, and on that basis, after completion of the duration, you will get the whole amount. You will get the whole amount which you have paid as a premium. But in case of death, मैंने 20 years का लिया है, but suppose I death before 5 years, so at that situation the insurance company will give that whole amount to the higher person, that means to my nominee. That is called endowment insurance. This we are supposed to take for a particular duration, 15 year, 10 year, 20 year, like that. In return, the insuree pays a pre-decided amount as premium periodically till the duration of policy. That means in return, the insuree, I am the insuree because I have took this policy. So whatever pre-decided amount was there which I was paying as a premium, according to the completion of my duration, my period is over. 15, 20 year or 15 year, whatever I have decided, that was over. After that duration, I will get that policy. And then insurance company will pay the whole amount to me because I have took the policy of endowment insurance. Fine. In the same, see, there is a difference for whole life insurance and endowment. That means in whole life insurance you are paying the premium for your whole life, and after my death the insurance company will pass that amount to my higher authority. Fine. Here the endowment policy, here the changes are, that means I have taken the insurance policy of duration based, period based, that means 15 year, 20 year, like that. And if I am alive and I have completed my duration, that amount will be held by me. And in case if death, I am going to face the death situation, so what will happen, the higher authority whom I have kept as a nominee of my policy, they will get the whole amount. Insurance company will pay to them. Fine. So we have cleared about the concept of endowment policy and whole life insurance policy. And now we are switching, we have done with the life insurance. Now I am switching towards the general insurance. Here you can see the flow chart. Here, general insurance are having 3 types as we have discussed earlier, that is good transportation insurance, fire insurance and other general insurance. This we will learn in detail with the help of prescribed diagram or the picture I will reflect, and by that you can come to know about what is meant by goods transportation insurance, fire insurance and other general insurance. So let's start with the same. Yes, children, goods transportation insurance, you can see the tagline with the pictures. Now you can see the marine insurance. While you have took a insurance for marine, that means you are transporting your goods with the help of waterway. Over there you can see with the picture, you can come to know that you are supposed to face the loss of your goods. Because of this situation, you might be faced the loss of your goods because you have took the policy of waterway. So in this condition, the insurance company will pay you the amount. Insurance company will pay you the amount whatever you have pre-decided. Similarly, airway, you can see the air insurance. By this you can come to know, with the help of picture, you can come to know that you are taking the policy of good transportation. With the help of air insurance, you are getting your goods from one country to another country by airway. At the time of loss of goods, at the time of, because of the circumstances, at the time of loss of good, the insurance company will pay you the whole amount. If you are supposed to face the loss, then only. Then the railway and the road insurance, you can see the picture, rail insurance and road insurance. Even by this way, you can get your goods from one country to another, from one place to another, by the roadway or by railway. And in that case, even you are supposed to take the policy of goods transportation insurance policy. And in case of loss of goods in any of the same, marine, air, road, etc., in any of the case, if you are supposed to face the loss of goods, the insurance company will pay you the amount for same. Now I am reading the content of your textbook. Kindly look after the same. Goods transportation insurance. When goods are transported from one place to another, there is a risk or full or partial. Either you can face the full loss or partial loss or damage of goods. There are insurance policy for such risk. So for facing the things, the insurance policy are supposed to take to cure such risks, which are called marine insurance, air insurance, and rail and road insurance. Fine. The marine one, transportation of goods through sea route is very economical, but it is risky and slow. In the 18th century, most of the international trade used to take place via sea route. Hence, it is very ancient and widely used for insurance. Now see, the thing is that in 18th century we have internationally we are passing goods from one country to another. Since 18th century we are using the same, and this is economically very good because it will take less charge as compared with air and roadway. Fine, it will take less charge, so your economically will also good. But every coin has a two face. That means you are supposed to face any of the limitation. So in marine insurance you will face the risk and slow transportation of goods. Risk and slow transportation of goods. Lloyd's of London was the first to start marine insurance. Fine. He was the Lloyd's of London was the first to start marine insurance. He was first starting up the marine insurance. This company has maintained its image of loyalty for more than 325 years. Fine. This company maintained the image. The London company, they have maintained the image of loyalty by more than 325 years. It will ask for your 1 marks question. Then airway, that means air insurance, with the advent of 19th century. Fine. That means in the advent of 19th century, the movement of goods through air commenced. Then, which also led to beginning of air insurance. Air transportation is too costly and risky. Again, have a two sides of same coin. Airway is the fastest way to get your goods transport from one place to another, but the limitation of that phase is it is too costly and risky. Fine. This is the limitation of air insurance. Hence, highly valuable and lightweight goods are transported by air. You can say that highly valuable and lightweight goods are transported by air. The premium for air insurance is much higher than marine and roadway and railway. Again, the limitation, the premium for air insurance is more as compared with marine and roadway. Fine. Then the rail and roadway. Land transit involves rail and road transit of goods. Here in railway or roadway, you are taking the land, you are using the land for transporting your goods from one place to another. The most important form of risk involved in such transits are theft, dacoity, and damage to the product, etc. Now, insurance is a form of protection against such risk. Now, insurance, if you will get the insurance, if you are supposed to face according to the circumstances, if you are facing theft, dacoity, damage of the product, in that case you will cure your reimbursement amount as you have took a policy of insurance, that means railway roadway insurance for protection you have taken the same, so it will cure your risk. Fine. So we have done with the goods transportation with the help of marine, railway, roadway and airway. Now let's see the fire insurance. Yes, on your screen you are looking after the fire insurance. The promise by the insurance company to pay the compensation against the field or full, sorry, field nahi, it's a fool actually, by mistake I have written this. So the compensation which is given by the insurance company against the full or partial loss of damage of property due to the fire against a pre-decided amount of premium is known as fire insurance. You can see this situation, it can happen anywhere. So for any of the goods you have taken the fire insurance, you are supposed to face the risk of fire and you have took the policy of fire insurance. In that case, either you will face the partial loss or full loss. The insurance company, according to the policy whichever you have taken, according to the policy which is pre-decided, you will get the compensation amount. It is based on principle of insurable interest. See, we are having lots of goods and there is a chances of fire for that good, but we are taking a insurable interest. The principle of insurable interest we have discussed last time, so that will considered under this fire insurance. Fine. Now back to the switch to the point of textual term. The promise by the insurance company to pay the compensation against the full or partial loss or damage to property due to fire against a pre-decided amount of premium is known as insurance. Fine. This we have already discussed. Now, it is based on the principle of insurable interest. This is depending upon the principle of insurable interest. The person, those who are taking the insurance policy, they are interested or not, that is important. Then, the insurer should get compensation equivalent to the loss of value of property due to fire provided he has insurable interest. See, the insurer will get the compensation amount which is equivalent of loss of value of property, and which is loss by fire, and it is depending upon the insurable interest. Fine. Now we'll move towards the other general insurance. See children, here on your screen you are looking at other general insurance. This is categorized in your textbook even. You can see the diagram from page number 13. Fine. If you are having new book, might be you are having some other page number. So look after the diagram. So insurance against loss, the other general insurance we are talking about: insurance against loss, health insurance, insurance against theft, animal insurance, group insurance, sports insurance, vehicle insurance, third party insurance, credit insurance, insurance of loyalty against fraud, accident insurance, insurance against natural calamity, employee compensation insurance. Now these are the categories which is useful for the other general insurance. Now let's see the content of textual, that is, the business of insurance has grown with the time and new types of insurance have come into existence. Insurance of voice for a singer, third party insurance to give compensation because use of vehicle to others. You are having doubt of third party insurance, I know that from the chart, but here I am reflecting the same. That means the third party insurance to give compensation because of use of vehicle to others. Then insurance for labor compensation in case of accident, I'm running one of the business. I have hired 20 employee. If any harm happen to my any of the employee, in that case I will get the compensation for their accident and I'll pay to them as a compensation amount. So that also I will take for insurance, labor compensation. Then insurance for laborers, employee insurance, student insurance to protect general and social damages, medical insurance, that is mediclaim, which is very useful, and might be you aware about the same, which is compensate for medical treatment. Insurance against loss caused due to the closure of business unit, insurance against loss due to fraudulent activity by employees to employer, insurance against loss due to fraudulent activity by employees to employer, insurance against any cancellation or postponement by any entertainment program, sports events, either due to natural or man-made risk, are some of the type of insurance. See, the last one I am discussing, insurance against any cancellation or postpone. You have decided about entertainment program or sports program, you have took the insurance for the same. If you have cancelled or postponed that program because of any natural or man-made reason, you will get your recovery amount as your claim amount. So that will be good for curing your risk. Then mediclaim or medical insurance is to compensate for the huge medical expenses incurred by a person in the event of any health problem, as against a periodical premium paid by an insurer to an insurance company. Mediclaim, I hope so. If at your home 5 members are there, so among 5, 4 or 5 are already taken the mediclaim policy, which is good. At the time of huge payment of medical expense, it will help you out. If you are facing any health issue, then also it will help you out for curing your risk. Fine. So we have done with the other general insurance. Now let's see the privatization of insurance. Yes, children. Now you are supposed to look after the privatization of insurance. Here is the content. Insurance was initiated by private sector in India. Actually, insurance was initiated by the private sector in India. As India was a British colony, many foreign insurance companies started insurance business in India. They have started a foreign company. They have started an insurance company in India, as they were blamed for illegitimate business practices. That means illegal practice. They have blamed for illegal practice of insurance policy. They are misusing us. On 19th century 1956, through the ordinance, life insurance business nationalized. By that, in that condition, because they are blamed out for illegal business practices, so on 19th century 1956, through the ordinance, life insurance business nationalized. Fine. Then the life insurance corporation was set up. At the same time, the life insurance corporation was set up. Thus the monopoly of life insurance corporation was established, because the life insurance corporation was nationalized and it was set up in our country, and at that time there was a monopoly, that means single seller in the market. At that time the monopoly of life insurance corporation was established. Then the general insurance was introduced by the Britishers in India. General insurance, which we have discussed, good transportation, fire insurance, other general insurance, these are the category the previous we have discussed, that will be introduced by the Britishers in India. On 1st January 1973, the general insurance business was nationalized on the basis of General Insurance Business Nationalization Act of 1973. Act of Nationalization Act of 1973. On that basis, on 1st January 1973, the general insurance business was nationalized. Then, to analyze and appraise the working of insurance sector, a committee was appointed to analyze the work of a particular department and to appraise them for their working. We are supposed to look after the insurance sector. So one of the committee was appointed. It was recommended the joint business by foreign insurance company with India Counterplus. That means at the same time they have given the suggestion of joint business by foreign insurance company in with the Indian Counterplus. Then Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, that means IRDA, was set up in 1999 to support it. That means because of the privatization of insurance, they have recommended the committee to appoint, and in that they have recommended that foreign insurance company should be Counterplus with Indian company, and it was held by the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, which was set up in the year of 1999 for their support. Now let's see the IRDA, which is really important according to your 3 marks answer, which is related with the privatization of insurance. So let's see the same answer. Yes, on your screen you can see the IRDA, that is Insurance Regulatory Development Authority. Might be I will ask the full form of IRDA or short form of this or the other content which I am going to right now reflect here. This is a supreme autonomous and legal institution which manages the regulatory and development activity in the field of insurance. Fine. This is the supreme autonomous, which is a legal institute. This is the legal institute which manages the regulatory development activity in the field of insurance. IRDA Act of 1999 has opened the door of insurance sector to private insurance company even and to foreign insurance company. At that point they have extended the 26%, which was raised by 49% in the year of 2015. This will ask in your 1 marks answer. Previously, they are giving an offer for 26%. Later on, in the year of 2015, they have raised that percentage till 49%. Then, so foreign insurance company can invest directly in the Indian insurance company up to 49%. So, the foreign insurance company can invest directly in the Indian insurance company up to 49%. Now, what are the main objects to form the IRDA? Here are the 5 main objects. First, policy holder will get more choice. Fine. A policy holder, those who are taking the policy, they will get more choices if they are having more option in front of them. Then the B1, promote healthy competition. Here you can see the healthy competition among the various insurance company, which can be improve the service with the lower premium. See, if competition is there in the market, so some of the party will decrease their amount, some will increase their amount according to the policy. So the policy holder will get the best option which is available as a list of alternatives, and inside the same they will get the lower premium policy which is suitable to them. So that means it will create or promote the healthy competition in the market. Then mobilize more resources for the economy. Mobilize more resources for the economy. That means usage of more effective resource of economy. Effectively they will use. Mobilize, that means usage of effectively resources of our economy. Then the D1, to bring self discipline among the insurance company. To bring self discipline among the insurance company, they will create the self discipline. Then the fifth one, to create a mechanism for complaint redressal, etc. Redressal, that means solution. While you are facing any kind of complaint or facing any kind of problem, it will create a mechanism for that complaints solution. At the same time, that complaints redressal, that complaint solution we will create immediately. So that means we can say that IRDA perform a vital role in insurance company, and after giving an offer for 49% of investment, which will be more useful in our country, and we have took a good decision after introducing the IRDA, that is Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, which we have reflected in the year of 1999. 9. So children, today we have discussed the type of insurance, privatization of insurance, and IRDA, that is Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority. So we have done with the content. Now other point, that postal services, under that general, register, parcel, etc., later on we will discuss. So today we have done with the session. Yes children, we have done with the today's session. Thank you for the day, and hope so you are maintaining the book after writing down the content. The same content I am writing down from the textbook, so you can refer textbook even. Okay, thank you.